What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So first of all, thank you to everyone who stuck around on this channel. I've been gone for, I think it's been about 2 years now, so it's been quite a while. I'll talk a little bit about why I haven't made a video in a while and kind of give you a brief update on what happened in the past 2 years. What today's video is going to be is I'm going to be talking about my opinion on this new rumor about a potential A24 Alex Garland directed Elden Ring movie. So if you just want to hear me talk about that news, skip to this timestamp ahead because I'm just going to briefly talk about why I've been gone for so long. But anyway, my last video that I made was about mid-2023, which is 2 years ago now, essentially. What basically happened was I couldn't keep making videos in 2023 because I was at film school. Now, I was at film school for 3 days a week, and then the other 4 days I was working, essentially. So I didn't have any time to myself. Editing videos and making videos, it was just becoming so draining to me. But 2023, I had such a blast that year. I met so many people, I networked, met so many new friends at my film school, which I still keep in contact with today. Some of them are like my best friends as well. It was a fantastic year. I wish I did film more for this channel, but yeah. But last year, 2024, I decided to do the second year of film school for a couple of months and decided that it wasn't really my cup of tea. A lot of the people that I knew weren't doing the second year because it was optional. You didn't have to do it. You still got a graduation certificate at the end of the first year, so second year was just like a little bit extra. But nobody that I really knew was doing it, so I gave it a go, but I decided not to go through with it about halfway through the year, and then I just focused on myself for the next few months of the year, and I went and saw basically every movie that I could see. I ended up logging like nearly 200 movies on Letterboxd last year. It was a great year to experience a lot of different new films, and I was going to the movies every week. It was fantastic, and I still do. Again, I wish I made some reviews for some of the films that I saw last year. Again, I just kind of wanted to relax a little bit, but now I've got the motivation to make more videos for the Mainly Movies channel. But anyway, that's my brief update on what happened in the past 2 years, and there's going to be more videos coming soon. One that I'm going to do very shortly on a film that came out last year, but I also want to continue the Indiana Jones reviews that I started with the Raiders of the Lost Ark one. Anyway, now to get into the news, there's been a rumor that Alex Garland, the director of Civil War and Ex Machina, is going to work with A24 again to make an Elden Ring film. Now, keep in mind, this is just rumors. This hasn't been confirmed. It was a rumor, then the rumor got taken down, and then the rumor got put back up. So whether that was a leak that wasn't meant to happen, or whether it was fake news, but then people made it into real news, who knows? I have no idea. But there's a ton of articles about it. More articles than fake news should have, so I'm kind of led to believe that it might be true, but this video could be pointless and it might not be true, so who knows. But I do want to talk about potential Elden Ring stuff that could happen, you know. I don't really mind because that world is so great. The lore it's so in depth. You can do anything with it. You can make books, you can make comics, you can make anime, you can make a TV show, a movie, whatever, because the lore is there. You know, you just need to talk to Miyazaki. He's the man behind it all. If you can work with him to create Elden Ring and some other medium, you could make something fantastic. Now, Alex Garland wouldn't be my first choice to make an Elden Ring adaptation, but I'm not opposed to it. I'm a big fan of Ex Machina. I really like that movie. I think that's his best, and I do really like Annihilation. It has some similarities to other films like Stalker that stops it from being great, in my opinion, but it still works as its own film. That I really like the premise and the characters and just the journey that movie takes you on. And I wasn't a very big fan of the movie Men. I think I might have done a review on that movie, I'm not sure. I wasn't a massive fan of that movie. And Civil War, which came out last year or the year before, I liked moments of that film. There are two scenes in that movie that I really, really enjoyed. One of which involves a sniper and the other one involves Jesse Plemons. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Those scenes are fantastic. The rest of the movie, not so much. There was some character decisions that were a bit poor, and overall character arcs feel incomplete and unsatisfying. But overall, it's a decent film, and I did see his recent film that he co-directed called Warfare, and that is probably the best film that I've seen this year. It's a great 90-minute action, realistic war film, but none of those films that he's made scream Elden Ring. I think the closest is probably Men, because he dives into a bit of mythology in that film, with whether it's Catholic religion or other religions. The surface level plot for that film didn't grip me. But, you know, his world building in Ex Machina and Annihilation is great, but it never really feels like it's at the forefront of the movie. The characters and the character decisions feel like they're in the forefront of those films. So, hopefully, if Alex Garland does go ahead with an Elden Ring film, a kind of more character study film on characters like Marika or Radagon or hell, even Radahn, like, would be really, really cool. And I would love to see that. He has a unique visual style which could work. I do find his style a little bit more boxed in, a little bit more independent filmmaking look. I imagine a Elden Ring movie, I imagine widescreen, IMAX, big battle sequences. So yeah, I don't really know how all that's going to play out. But personally, I am intrigued, and I do want to see it go somewhere. I'm hoping that it's true. I have been let down by a lot of different adaptations, so maybe it's not a good idea. And Alex Garland's kind of hit and miss. Like I said, he's not my first choice to direct an Elden Ring film. You know, it's the idea that we're getting something else Elden Ring that I like. We are getting a new Elden Ring game, it's a multiplayer game called Night Rain. I like the idea of that game. I don't know whether it's going to be good or not. I never played any of the tests or anything that released a couple of months ago. But it looks fun. It looks like something you can enjoy with friends. The base Elden Ring game and the DLC is one of my favorite games of all time. It's really good, and that's why I wanted to make this video. Usually I don't really care about movie news, or I don't really care about making videos about movie news, leaks on set photos, or you know, rumors of a movie being made, or rumors of directors making this, and it's never really worth talking about. But because I'm such a big fan of the game and I don't mind Alex Garland's work, I had to make a video on it. But overall, I'm excited, and I want to see it go through. And again, I don't think I would have Alex Garland as the director of an Elden Ring film. Another thing I wanted to talk about is A24 doesn't seem like the right studio or the right distribution company for an Elden Ring film, because their budget for their films is never as big as, say, you know, a Warner Brothers or a Universal film. Alex Garland's Civil War was one of the most expensive A24 films. I could be wrong, but I guess they do trust him with a bit of money. And if you're going to make an Elden Ring film, it needs to have big battle sequences. It needs to be kind of very cinematic, because the game feels like that. I don't know how they're all going to tie it together with using A24. They still, to me and to a lot of people, feel like that kind of independent company, that company that allows independent filmmakers to kind of have their freedom and give them only a small amount of money. So for them to do something as big as Elden Ring is crazy. Which again kind of leads me to believe that it's not going to be that big. It's going to be like an Alex Garland character study on one of the characters from that world. But anyway, I'm interested, I'm intrigued. I thought I would let you guys know on the rumors. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay tuned, because there'll be more videos to come shortly. I've got a bunch of ideas that I want to make. So yeah, stay tuned. Also, check out my Mainly Gaming channel. Every Friday night, we're doing Friday Night Frights, which we're going to be playing a horror game every Friday night. I've just started Resident Evil 0, so we're playing that every Friday night. Plus, there's going to be new games like Doom the Dark Ages and Oblivion Remastered we're playing. So definitely check out that channel. The link will be in the description below. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time.